Alright guys, Original Gamer here. Playing yet again with my Heraldic Beast deck. I think I really am in love with this deck, and it really, just the thought of, you know, us not getting the card number 18 and Fizz Beyond, or whatever it's called, this set, just, it's really getting to me, honestly. I wish I could play this deck, because this would definitely be my main deck of the format for sure. I don't care if it's not that competitive to people, but I think it's extremely fun. Probably one of the most fun decks I've ever played, and I do like rank 4 engine decks, namely my second favorite. Besides my Heraldic Beast deck here would be the Hunters, and then Geargy following it. But I'm just gonna go ahead with the video, guys. Starting off with battling boxes. This game doesn't last very long at all. I saw Kaiser Coliseum, and I thought of crap a little bit, but like at the same time, I definitely had an Alto's monster, and I could summon as much as I wanted. I get rid of it like a pro with my set Leo, and then I Chidori his stuff away, and he just scoops. That was all it took. I actually thought, this is fortune, ladies, but I thought it was spellbooks whenever I first played it, or when I first started, because they were doing the spellbook shenanigans that open. But ended up being fortune, ladies, and the deck was actually, it seemed really good. Seems like a fun deck to try out with the spellbooks, other than just regular spellbook stuff. But I saw that he had Fate in his hand, but he never said it, so I was like, okay, we can go through some plays here. And I figured I was going to have to bait out the Fate very, very soon. What did he say? Set the compulse. I figured first turn going for number 18 and setting mind over matter was good. Actually, the opening hand that I had wasn't extremely strong, especially since I'm opening all monsters. You usually like to open like an even amount of monsters and traps at the same time, and I was just nothing but monsters the whole time. So that made the game a little bit harder, but not by much, especially since the guy was adding wisdom to his hand every turn. Traps would have been kind of irrelevant. But at this point, I got a swarmy enough hand that I feel like I'm just gonna bait that Fate out right now. I'll also go all the way in, because I know that, for a fact, usually the only protection people that play spellbooks has is their Fate card. No, and then I baited out that and the Book of Moon at the same time, and I Chidori'd his last set card away. Actually, I saw it kind of coming that he's going to tribute summon that, but I had no idea what Lady Dark did, and then you summon that and you get to draw 2, and that was awesome. The deck he was playing actually looks pretty fun. I might try that. I actually do have all the fortune, ladies. I was planning on making a deck, I just never got around to it. It's just been sitting in my box collecting dust. But, of course, that Exciting Knight is just so good, especially in this deck where you basically have minimal advantage, but you can still make the best out of it. This is one of those decks that can really abuse that Exciting Knight Exceed monster. I figured I'd wait to use my Tarantula second round 400 monster, And now I opened with all monsters, now I'm just going through every trap card in my deck. Which is okay, because every time he summons a monster, I now have the answer for it, but I needed to put in some damage. That field spell, if I summoned, it would have banished my monster, so I just decided to set it and protect my life points. And his own field spell card ruined him because of that. He couldn't even use his Temperance because it got banished by the field spell. And of course I top deck a Kage de Kage and I can't even use it until I get another monster normal summon. That's kind of why I don't really want to run any more than 3 Kage de Kages, because it can clog sometimes. And I didn't want that to happen. And he saw that I was going for Cowboy here. I wasn't even going to bother to attack, and he just quit the game there. So he only had 600 life points left. Alright, now we're going to go ahead into the Dragon Roller deck I played. This deck, it gets close to getting me, but I put in Phoenix Chain was MVP in this match, I have to say, right now. MVP. Saved me from getting Felgrand and Dracosac, so... Here I was trying to make my number 18, but he just wouldn't let me, he wasn't having it. At this point, I believe he summons the Card Trooper, and I don't want to waste any of my traps on it because he can still get the mill effect even if it's Phoenix Chain, so I didn't see the point, so I just let him have it. In phase space, just the card he just set. Finally get to go to number 18. It was a really good idea because if there ended up being a nice grind game, which dragons do pretty good usually, or they used to anyway, I can just keep bringing back my number 18 with my unicorns because I got 2 of them attached to it, so I at least had a guaranteed 2200 beater every turn. I figured it'd be hard for him to bring back banished dragons, so I decided the bottomless one. Right here he tries to go for Felgrand. I'm like, no, with the Phoenix Chain. Thank God he didn't have any MSTs because I guarantee you to blind space both of them, and I definitely needed both Phoenix Chains to even win this game. I'm sure I could have got rid of his Dracosac, but, you know, better safe than sorry. Grab my last Kage de Kage, so if I draw a monster on top of that, I would be able to at least make another XYZ. I actually saw that Mythic Dragon, and I figured he was going to go ahead and make another Felgrand. I figured he had another water one in his hand, but he didn't. And as soon as he made Dracosac, because I figured he'd Felgrand first, and he didn't, so he made Dracosac, so I just kind of figured he didn't have a water one in his hand, so I just Phoenix Chained it. And of course, he popped the wrong monster. If he had hit Feral Imp, I'd have probably been in a worse situation, but he hit my number 18, and it just set up my graveyard a little bit for me, and I was just able to go off and win from there, basically. And Lightning Chidori is so good. Such a great card. If you can run Lightning Chidori, I definitely recommend it. I know it just takes wind monsters, but it is so good. It really is. And this guy right here, the Lightsworn Zombie player, he got extremely unlucky with his mills. Otherwise, he opened double Judgment Dragon. That would have probably been a problem for me. But his mills are unlucky. I think he only had a total of 3 Lightsworn monster names in his graveyard at all times. It was mostly because he had the stupid zombie engine on top of it and making it more inconsistent when, you know, Lightsworns are already inconsistent by themselves. I just figured why not bottomless that Lila, I was going to lose it anyway. Oh, not my MST. And he Star Lieges my number 18, gives me 2k attack to my life points, but that just sits on my graveyard, and pretty much that lets me win. Number 18's effect going off just lets you win. If you get one of them to go off, it's usually decent. If you get 2 of their effects off, you're usually set for the game. But you know, any more than that, just extra, you know, just in case something happens, you'll have backup after that. Like, it's just so good. And of course, you know, he's got a total of 3 light swords in the graveyard, and he zombie masters and adds a solid warning, and this is pretty much game here. I attack him down to, I think he has like 700, 600 life points. 700, and I was actually in my extra deck right there looking for the Gaga Cowboy to end the game, and he just knew what I was doing, and he just ended it right there. Here's a Stardust Assault Mode. This deck, I've played this at locals and lost to it before because he was running Skill Drain, and I was running like Curry OTK, and he's running Skill Drain Assault Mode, and I actually lost this deck, so I knew how deadly it could be. He actually gets the Stardust Assault out, and I'm like, oh crap. But I eventually figure out a way to get rid of it. And he could have compulsed it, and it would have put me in a horrible position. He definitely used the wrong trap card on number 18. He helped me out with that one. Right there was a total misplay. It said negate the effect and destroy it, and I forgot, you know, Stardust, it doesn't really matter if his effect's negated, it activates in the graveyard, so that was my dumb fault. Although it wouldn't really mattered anyway, because he would have just negated it with any Stardust or Stardust Assault Mode dragon. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to try Chidori to bait it out, and of course he took the bait and negated it because he had to. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to attack, you know, directly here. He compulses, saves himself from getting gamed, and I have this Dweller keeping his Assault Mode dragon in the graveyard. That was actually just something that randomly came to me. I was like, oh yeah, no effects means no Stardust Assault Mode for you. Abyss Dweller wins games. That is an auto-include in any extra deck that can make rank 4s. You just need it. It's just that good. I mean, you'll use it against stuff that you don't even know existed, just like this deck here. If I wouldn't have had it, I would have lost, for sure. Or it would have been really hard to come back from if not. But I believe that's all the videos I recorded. I'm just really addicted to this deck right now. I'll probably have more videos of it up, actually. I'm just going to keep going with this deck for a while, because I just really enjoy it. This is like one of the first decks that I've played that I've just keep coming back to, and just want to keep coming back to. But let me know what you guys think of the duels. I did change the deck a little bit on these ones compared to the first one I made. But, you know, as always, guys, rate, comment, and subscribe, please, and have a nice day. Thank you for watching. Original Gamer is out.